we get into this, I would like to implore you to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because the more people who subscribe, the more the algorithm sends out to more viewers. Those viewers can join this growing community, post tips and tricks, or they can post requests, which I'll review, and then I'll share with everyone. Now, before I go to the intro, let me find a... okay, I like this one. Let's go to the intro here, and I'm going to change the title because that's the title from the previous one. So now it's stable-diffusion.cpp optimized. All right. So as you know, I did revamp the website. I was hoping to talk about that tonight, but that's perfectly fine. I can talk about it in the coming days. And if there's any bugs, let me know and I'll fix it. I think I did resolve all the bugs. There are just a few little minor things, no problem. So this is the tutorial that we did in the afternoon, so I'll just go over this very quickly. It was to generate AI images using the Flux.2 Klein on an AMD Instinct MI60. So I was using the, I'm using Fedora Linux. That's my preferred distribution, a Linux distro. It comes with Welcome 6.4. I'm using the AMD Instinct MI60. It's a 32 gig HBM2 memory GPU. It's server grade, so what that means is that, no, it's server grade, it's a server GPU. So it didn't come with any cooling apparatus. I had to purchase a 3D printed fan shroud and a 40mm fan. So that pushes the air right through it, and that's how that's cooled as a case fan. So I now if you guys want the quick summary of why it didn't work earlier, although you saw me compile it, I compiled it again. So the issue was, I don't know if there was a change. I'm guessing there must have been a change within the week when I put up this tutorial, is that the GGUF quantization models do not work. So what I did was I actually used the quantized non-GGF models, and those work perfectly fine. So I think something must have changed. I don't know what it is, but I was just glad to get it up and working. But you know, in order, I don't want to make this video just boring. So what I also did was I'm going to show you some of the optimizations that was planned. I'll show you how to make it even faster. Okay, so again, stable-diffusion.cpp, it's open source. It uses the MIT license. If you don't know what the MIT license is, I have a tutorial, I have a blog post all about the MIT license and even a short video, so you can go watch those. Basically, it's a permissive license, allows you to modify and distribute the software easily. There are no hidden fees for commercial use at all. Okay, so what that means is when you use type of open source, ensures your privacy remains safe. You can verify how your data is processed locally. And then so for stable-diffusion.cpp, I on their website, we'll quickly go through the website as well. I built from source because one of the problems with the AMD ROCm is that, especially older versions, is they had a lot of bugs which AMD dragged their feet in resolving. So that's why applications like this one, they don't build with ROCm, at least the older version. So if you have a slightly older version like I do, 6.4, you know, you need to build it yourself. So it's not a problem. It's really fast to build, as you guys saw, especially when you use Clang. And then the performance and hardware optimization, obviously C++ can be way faster. You don't have to do any Python. Yeah, that's right. There's no Python today. Not that Python is bad. I'm just saying that for obviously this will allow you to do things like Vulkan, and you can compile for Vulkan or just CPU as well. And then the model itself we're using is the Flux.2 Klein 4B model. The reason we're using the 4B model is because the 4B model comes with the Apache 2.0 license. That's another permissive license as well. The problem with the larger models like the 9B1 and 32B models is that they have a non-commercial license. Okay, so I'm going to stay away from those. I explained it in earlier tutorials, so I'm not going to go through all of that stuff. And so one of the good things about the Flux.2 Klein is that It excels at following hex color codes and rendering exact text placed in a single quote. So if you put your text in single quotes, it will render it perfectly. That makes it very nice. And also on the technical side, aim for 4 to 6 inference steps for the distilled version, and increasing the step count beyond 10 often degrades the quality. Remember, I'm talking about the 4B model. And your guidance scale, that's CSFG. Keep it low about 1.0 for the distilled, and 3.5 to 5 for the base model. Now, I'm not going to use the base model, I said, because I got this working, so I'm happy with it, and I'll show that to you. And finally, make sure you're using the specific Klein VAE and the Quen 3B text encoder to avoid tensor shape mismatch errors during loading. So for me, I didn't get any of those errors earlier today. I was just getting errors. So if you see these screenshots, I did produce these screenshots using the GGF models, like quant-size models. But I wasn't able to produce that today in the live stream for some weird reason. But I did finally get it working with the 9 quantized models, and I'll show you that as well. And this was the, I forgot to, all right, I'll add that. Maybe doing image generation, I'll probably add another one here for this particular live stream. So in case you don't know, I'm live streaming right now on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, Kick, and Stream all at the same time. And if you guys chat, you should see your chat somewhere around here on the screen. All right, and then yeah, so we'll talk about this a little bit later. By the way, in the live chat, live stream, I put the links to the article and the stable-diffusion. So let's go to stable-diffusion here, and yeah, there we go. This is the one here. I also tried to download the Linux one here, the Vulkan. I tried that out. Usually when I'm having issues, that also doesn't work. So I knew something wasn't on my side, because this has nothing to do with RawCam. It still didn't work. But as you can see, they do have, if you want the binary, so you don't have to compile. This is for Mac OS, Darwin. For Linux, you have, even though it says Ubuntu, it works on any Linux with 64-bit. So you can get the one that's for Vulkan, or just the CPU one here as well. Windows, you guys are really spoiled. You have a bunch of CPU ones, then you have CUDA, you have even ROCm. Yeah, you guys, and then there's, you see the source code as well, so you can grab it. So there hasn't been an update for a minute here. So I'm not going to compile it because I said that you guys saw me compile it twice earlier today. So if we just go to the home page on GitHub, you can see just in 2026, the first thing they added was the Flux.2 Klein. That's why I'm doing this tutorial. And these are the other models they support. You can see a bunch of image models, standard diffusion 1 to 3.5, Flux 1, and Flux 2. That's the one I'm more interested in, Flux 2, especially the Klein one. There's Chroma, there's Quen image, Z image, and then there's also some video images, 1.2.1 and 1.2.2. There's FotoMaker support, control nets only for Stable Diffusion 1.5, LoRa support, latent consistency models, faster memory efficient latent decoding, and then upscale models. And then I already talked about this, CPU, AVX, AVX2, AVX512, support for x86 architectures, CUDA, Vulkan, Metal, OpenCL, and this syscell. And the weights, PyTorch, Checkpoint, Safe Tensors, GGF, and then the platforms, Linux, Mac OS, Windows, and Android. This one is usually especially for the OpenCL. I'm on Linux, so that's what I have. And then obviously negative prompts. There's a stable diffusion web UI style tokenizer, VAE tiling. That's important. That's one of the things I'm going to do today to speed things up. And sampling methods, I don't have as much as Conf UI, but it's pretty good there. And then basically you can get the binaries I just showed you from the release page, and you can build from source. So we're going to actually build from source and open up in a new link here. And the other thing I want to show you guys is, where is the here we go, Flux.2 Klein. So what I did was, I said before, what didn't work which worked last week when I created the article, was all these GGF ones did work, but for some odd reason today they just refuse. This is the base of Flux.2 Klein. 4B. So when it says base, that means that's the one that the researchers put out there. And then when it says when it doesn't have base or whatever, that means it's been distilled, meaning fit most consumer GPUs or home use, local. Obviously, if you have the resources, the RAM, CPU, and storage, yeah, you can try the base as well. Now, so this is the one I got, obviously. And as I said before, I tried the GGUF. That did not work. It just refused to work. I should probably have run it before doing an update. Maybe I'll start doing that in future tutorials. And of course, so what I decided to do instead is, instead of getting the quantized versions, I just got the base ones. For example, this one, the safe tensor. I can't remember. Yeah, I think I got the base one. So for tonight's tutorial, just to make sure it works, we're just going to use the original ones. So this one here, the Klein, and then the other one I got. I'm not getting the base, and then the VAE. The VAE is from Black Forest Labs, and then the what is this? This is the text encoders. I said the GGF refused to work, so I just got it from ConfUI. I didn't realize it's from ConfUI. Okay, so from ConfUI as well there, and then yeah, we're gonna play around with this and get this to get this to work as I promised. All right, so let's go here, and as you can, this is the build. How to build it? Basically, just clone it. You guys saw me do this earlier today. Just clone it. As I say, if you're building it, don't build it for CPU only. It's going to be really, really slow. Get at the bare minimum, if you're building for CPU only, get at least OpenBlast. OpenBlast is meant to work on the CPU, and that will speed it up significantly. If you have CUDA, you can build it here as well. And if obviously I have an AMD GPU, so I use ROCm, and this is how to build it. And then if you have a Moore's thread, there's Musa here, Metal for Macs, Vulkan. Vulkan works everywhere, whether it's only CPU or GPUs as well, especially unsupported GPUs. You can use Vulkan. OpenCL, it says for the Adreno GPU, that's obviously Android. No, I shouldn't say Android. I think there was a time when they actually work on iOS devices as well. But as you can see here, this is mostly for Android. And see this one here, this is an Intel GPU. So there you go, the instructions are here. I have an AMD GPU, so what matters to me is this, and obviously if I try the CPU as well. We go to Black Forest here, you see this is the one, the Flux.2 Klein 4B. This is not the base model. You see there's a bunch of quantizations here, so the quantization did not work for me. Instead, you just go to files here, and as you can see, I just download this one. It's 7.75 gigabytes. So obviously quantizations are what do you call it? They're smaller in size, but I have this. I can run this just fully on the GPU. So just be aware of that. And then the text encoders here, you can also grab this text encoder, but I'm not going to grab that one. I said I'll grab 3B1 for stable-diffusion. And then the VAE. VAE you can so this is the one you just can I download this directly? Oh, they allow you to download it. Okay, that's interesting. They didn't allow me to download it earlier. So yeah, so you can download this. This is the VAE. Just rename it, or you can just leave that name. See, the name is usually a little weird, so you can just download that. So that's J Mueller. Yeah, so that's the one I downloaded. I just renamed it, and then here we go. This text encoder. So you see, there's don't get the FP4. That will not work. Not just on my GPU, but I'm saying that will not work for stable-diffusion. Get this one. Unfortunately, is that 8? It's 8 gigs. So So the quant or GGF versions of this, which I do have, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get it to work. So as you guys saw, something changed within the week, so that's fine. So I'll just use this one here. I download this one. I already did it early after the afternoon live stream. And that's it. And then we can go. So if, just a quick recap. Here's the command. This is obviously on Windows. I'm not on Windows, so I will just replace that with what works on Linux. All right. So let's get started here. Not to waste your time. So I have a partition. I call it a /mount AI or just AI. I put all the models in conf.ui because I also use conf.ui. So as I was playing my GPU, I control the RPMs for the fan cooling. So I use this application. It's called Cooler Control D for Damien. It's an app image, and I also have a systemd service. I do not trust this, even though I created it myself. The reason for this is because when I'm running AI, I notice the temperature jumps up really, really fast. So I don't want to damage the GPU and my system or burn down this cottage as well. So I'm okay just controlling this manually. So in order to control this manually, what I do is all I have to do is become a super admin user, and then type in my password. All right, so that's gonna run. I'll open up in a web browser here. In fact, I'm gonna do that right now. You don't need to see this part, but this is how I'll cool it. And I'll just wait. It says it's complete. I should see an IP address somewhere here. Oh yeah, here right it is, right here. So you can see it's port 11987. That's the default. So just type 1 in the browser because I do this all the time. And here we go. This is my system, AMD Ryzen 5600 GT. The G stands for integrated graphics because I also have, that's what I use to power the 4K monitor, this 1080p that I'm recording on, and just day-to-day stuff. The GPU is just left only for AI and video editing, and what's the other thing I do with Blender stuff. All right, and yeah, so this is the dedicated GPU. You see on idle, it's at 43. Oh, I'm actually surprised. Okay, 43, so it must be a little bit warmer here. So this is the fan, the system fan 2. This is just below 3000 RPM, so that's what I call idle for this dedicated GPU. The integrated GPU is irrelevant for what we're doing today. I mean, it's important, but I'm saying is for the AI stuff, it's not used at all. All right, so next I'm gonna go to already, so there's no update, so I don't need to recompile it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in here. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here like this. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna cd into this stable-diffusion folder and go to the build folder. So cd stable-diffusion. If there was an update, I'll just do a git pull. But there's nothing. There hasn't been an update, as you guys saw. So git pull, and then you also do the sub modules. Pull those in if there's any updates. You know what? I'm actually going to do that right now. I doubt there will be any, but yeah, never know. So I'm going to check to see if there's any updates in the sub. The sub module is a GGML. It's the same thing that also used for llama.cpp. That's what makes it very, very, very fast. So as you guys know, I've done lots of Git tutorials. Yeah, I didn't expect anything. So everything's all up to date. I don't do anything, so I'll just go to the build folder. And I already built this earlier today. And if you guys remember, I moved all the images out and I put them back in here. So in the bin folder, after you do compiling, you'll get this, at least on Linux, you get the sd-cli and sd-server. I haven't played with the server yet. For now, I'm just using this one. And then we can actually, if you're going to compile, I said I already compiled this earlier today, so I'm not going to redo it because it's just a waste of time. You can watch the earlier video, but Some of you who are probably watching from the podcast, just for you guys, I'll show you how to build it. Okay, so first of all, make sure you have ROCm installed. ROCm info is obviously installed. And then get the name of your GPU. My GPU is GFX 906. You can also type ROCm info, and you can also get it here as well. You should see GFX 906. Where are you? Yeah, GFX 906 as well. And then you just run the cmake command. Oh, this was from the URL I just provided you guys. I'm gonna run it. It's no harm. So it will, you see how quickly that is. It detected HBlast. That's the AMD, it's a CUDA alternative. And you can see here, it's also added a CPU backend as well, and GGML. Okay, and you see I'm using Klein to compile this. And then after that, all you have to do is do the build. I'm gonna do it again. And you see there's nothing to do because, yeah, I said nothing has changed for a while, so it's done very quickly. So let's clear this, and I'll explain what command I was using. So, oh, I forgot to show you guys my. Let's go to the AI folder, and I'll explain. Okay, I don't know why it pops up here. And so if we go to the models folder, oops, wrong one. Conf.ui here. We go to the models folder. This is where I put everything. Now, if we go to the, where is it here? Who will come up first? Text encoders. If we go to text encoders, you see this is the one I was using. I tried this one. This worked before. See, this is a Q8. I also tried this one, Q3. These are all controllers. I see it's 2.5. This one is 4.3. So both of them would work perfectly fine, but they did not work. So what I did is I got the full one here. You see, the full one is 8 gigs, so it's like double, right? It's a pretty big one. And then when we go to the VAE, I also downloaded a new VAE. Maybe the problem was the VAE, I'm not sure. You see one has a hyphen here, and I also got this one, you see it's underscore VAE, so I got that one as well. Like I said, yeah, things were not working, so I was just saying, okay, I'm gonna try something else, and I did, so I got this one. And finally, we go to UNet, and you see this, I tried this one, the 4BQ8. I then got frustrated, so I said, you know what, I'll just get, so if you can see the difference, this one is 4 gigs, this one is basically 8 gigs, so this one does work, and the quantized stuff did not work. So I don't know, it must have been a change somewhere where things got messed up, so just want to show you that. Alright, and so I'm gonna run the command that I run. I don't know if I still, yeah, I do, I still have a command here. Perfect, yes, I do. So I do have a command that I did run earlier, and looks like it actually worked. Oh, I'm confused now. Oh, that was 20 steps. Oh my goodness, it actually did work. No, it worked. Okay, I'm confused. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna run the command that failed to show you I'll run the command that failed, and then I'll show you the one that do work. What I did to get it to work. So I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna say 4 steps. Second, I'm gonna remove some stuff here which I've added, and what was it here? Yeah, steps 4. Steps 4, and I think I had that diffusion file, whatever that is. hyphen D. Hope I spelled right. Diffusion file. Okay. And use Q8. Okay, that's the original one. Text encoders. Okay, yeah. So I have this command, and I'll show you the difference between this command. This one failed. Oh, this 1.0. Yeah. So okay, I'll show you what happened here. Okay. So this was the original command that failed. I ran this earlier today. You see, I'm using the Q8 GGUF. VAE is the text encoder. Yeah, the one with the hyphen. And what else did I do here? Qwen3 instruct Q8 as well. CFG value is set to 1, steps is 4. This just means verbose, V. Diffusion, this is a flash diffusion. My GPU doesn't support that, so this is actually a waste of time. And this is the width of 834 and height of 480, and then it was just going to put steps as, oops, I forgot, I should actually put this as step 1, steps 4 here. Okay, so I'm going to run that. I'm going to set this GPU to 35. Okay, we watch the temperature here. You see, once it's in GPU, it's going to go really fast. Although it says CUDA here, that's because NVIDIA was the main GPU vendor, so everybody just named everything CUDA. Then when other GPUs came, whether it was AMD or Intel or somebody else, I guess they were too lazy to change the name to GPU. They just left it there. So it's still not using the GPU yet. When it will, this will go up very quickly. Yeah, you see, it's already going up. Yeah, it's going up. Oh, it's done. See, that's way too fast. And you see what happens. It did produce a black image. Oh, look. Oh, did it actually work this time? I wouldn't be surprised if it actually works. Oh, it actually did work. It actually did. Look at that. It actually did work. 4 steps. Okay, so I'm super confused why it actually worked this time. I don't know. It actually worked. I didn't do anything different. This is the exact same command I ran. Yeah, sometimes weird stuff like this happens. I don't know. Look, it just worked. It actually grabbed here. Yeah, this is it. 4 steps. Okay, look at the output here. Where is it here? ZZZ Flux 4 steps image 001. Yeah, that PNG. It did work. In fact, I'm going to run this again. I'm going to delete all these images and run it again as is. Yeah, sometimes weird things happen. I don't know what it is. I always get weird results when I have yeah, so it, for some weird reason, yeah, now it's working. I don't know what to say. It wasn't working, so that's why I downloaded. I didn't change anything. I didn't re-download anything. It was producing black image. No, yeah, it does work. Here's the cat again. Here's the cat. Here's the cat again. Perfect. I am lost for words. I literally did not change anything here. It's the exact same command as before, but now it it decided to work for some reason. Excuse me. My mind is blown that it decided to work. Okay, so since that's working, I don't even need to show you the speed stuff. So let's try the 20-step one. I have no idea why it refused to work. That is so weird. Okay, so I'm going to remove some of this stuff that I added, and I will run them later. So okay, we need what is it here? I'm trying to make it as yeah, just I think that should be fine. VAE, yeah, it's an old VAE. Yeah, that's perfectly fine as well. So let's copy, save that. and then I'll paste this one. Yeah, this is one of the reasons I keep Conf UI around, because I've had some consistency issues with stable-diffusion. Like I'm saying, things would work. Like I literally created an article based on these commands, like without changing them, and then everything worked. And then within the week, you see there was no updates, anything like that, and then all of a sudden it refuses to work. It's just producing black. I don't know why. I'm not using the GPU for anything else. The GPU is only for AI. And as you can see, the temperature here, the temperature is not like like 80, 90, something like that. So I don't know why it's doing that. But I'm glad it's glad it's working. So hopefully, because then I can go and delete those images that I downloaded today. So I'm happy with that. Grab a sip of water. The weather here is also super weird. It's what is it? Like for example, like today, the sun went down after 6 p.m. The reason that's weird is because normally in winter, especially this time, this is the halfway point of winter, it's usually cold, and obviously you have the less sun hours. But I remember October 15 when it actually started snowing and getting very cold, and it hasn't let up since. I was in the chicken coop, and I was picking up eggs. I was trying to clean. It was so dark. I couldn't see, like outside everywhere. It's so dark. Now it was like 3 p.m. because I'd finished the afternoon stream. Oh, this came out pretty nice too. There we go. I have no idea why we had that hiccup earlier today. So one of the reasons why the developer doesn't provide ROCm package searching for Linux is because of this. There are some ROCm bugs. So I'm guessing this is one of those bugs where things sometimes work and then they don't work. In this case, this actually worked pretty well. It's nice, pretty cut there. Okay. So this one was 4 steps and this one was 20 steps. Obviously, the more steps and you increase the CG, the guidance value, you can get depending what you're going for. So that actually came out really nice. Now let's add some of the text. I'm still blown away that okay. So as long as this is working, so now we're going to ask it to draw a sign. Since everything is working again, I am going to, don't worry, I'll also run them with the, I'll show you how to run them fast as well. So but I want to just use the VA tiling. Maybe I should actually start doing that as well. Okay, and diffusion 4, there we go. Okay, so this one is going to draw a sign. So the cat is going to be holding a sign. And the sign is going to say not Z image turbo. And this is, I think, also 20 steps if I'm right. Yeah, it's also 20 steps. I could have done a faster step, but I left it at 20 steps just to be more consistent. I'm actually shocked. This is how the tutorial should have gone. This is how the afternoon tutorial should have been. It should be fast and simple. So one of the reasons I do like about stable-diffusion, because I believe that's the future. There's no Python packages, so if you're limited with storage space, or your GPU is no longer officially supported, you can use Vulkan and then or OpenBlast for your CPU, and you'll still be able to generate images. So this is a wonderful application. I can imagine there will be a time maybe where you can get a bunch of old phones, because the old phones have some decent CPUs as well, and probably just have run them, just run AI like that. That would be an interesting project to do as well. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. So it looks like I can delete those those images which I had. So this is the Okay, so I'll tell you, the previous two prompts were all a lovely cat. So this prompt, it's a fluffy ginger tabby cat sitting upright on a wooden floor, holding a small cardboard sign with its paws. The sign clearly says "Not Z Image Turbo" in single quotes, in bold black marker. Soft natural lighting from a nearby window, realistic photograph style, highly detailed fur. And that came out extremely well here too. You can also see the time it took to do this. There we go. That is really, really, really nice. Yeah, that's really nice. So I'll make this a little bit smaller and put it out of the way. Now, so I'm gonna use this image to change the text in it. So what I want is to remove the word "not the image turbo" and just put Klein. Let's see if it will actually do that. Alright, so far everything is going well. So let's go and call this one change sign. Okay, so I will, don't worry, I got you guys covered as well. If you have low memory, I'll get you guys covered. Just give me a second. Let me finish this up. Diffusion. Okay. Oops, did I make a mistake? Was it running? I'm not sure if I made a mistake or not. Looks like I made a mistake. Why did I make the mistake? This is one of the things I also find a little bit annoying. When I make a mistake, I'm not even sure where I made the mistake. Okay, I guess I'll have to copy it again and paste it. Pretty sure I spelled that right. Diffusion. Did I spell diffusion right? Oh, I forgot an F. Okay. Diffusion has two F's in it. It says you could have backend, so let this run as well, and then we'll check it out. So I will also show you, we'll check how long this takes, because this one it's taking this image and it's supposed to replace not the image turbo with just Flux.2 Klein. But when I first ran this, it was only changing this part here. I guess I have to be more literal to. Or maybe I think another problem might be because it's on 2 lines or 2 rows. Maybe it doesn't understand. So, but we'll check it out. So, you know, I'll leave it here so we can do a comparison. So I'll leave this one here, and then I'll open up when the new one is done. We'll put it here, and then we'll do a comparison to see if it understood my prompt properly. Alright, so the temperature is 66 degrees Celsius here. It's using the CPU obviously to load the images. Oh yeah, see the temperature here. I wasn't even paying attention. The temperature is 71. So one thing I found that if I do increase the RPMs for the fan, the GPU actually runs a little bit more smoothly as well. But these are just images, so I'm okay with as long as it's below 70. I'm pretty much okay with that. I'm sorry, below 70, below 80. I'm okay with that. That seems to be jumping up a little bit. Is that the steps? I don't know if it's on the steps of this loading. So then after this, I'll show you some optimizations you can do, especially if you have low RAM and VRAM and storage space like I do. Obviously, you can use quantized models like I am. Then we'll run the same images again. And we'll compare the speeds. So after this one is done, if it comes out well, which I think it should, no, it shouldn't be a problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some optimizations you can do, not just for speed as I said, but also, for example, the decoding step. You can use VA tiling. You can put a cache. I'm going to use easy cache, and the cache preset I'll set ultra, and then the diffusion converge direct, and VAE conversion direct as well. So this is done. It looks like it came out pretty well. So let's see if it followed. Yeah, see, there we go. It didn't get the so this prompt, let me read this prompt to you. This prompt was change not Z image turbo in single quotes to Flux.2 Klein 4B. So it didn't do what I wanted. Is obviously, I think it skipped the first line, but it did do the second one. You see, it changed the so this is one way you can change text on images. So there we go. I think it's also because the Z image turbo is actually on the second line, so I'm guessing that's what it. So one thing I do like about it is I obviously see Z image turbo. I don't know how many letters both of them are, but I don't know if they're exactly the same. So it's smart enough to to take care of that. I was okay with it, breaking or anything like that. But yeah, so it's there we go. All right. So now I'm gonna put these guys here. If you guys want to look at them, and I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller, and I'll show you how to optimize this. I'm going to show you how to optimize this as well. Excuse me. So if you look here, this one took 156 seconds. Okay, so right now there's no optimization. If I run this again, I might drop it maybe a second or two, but that's not good enough. So I'm obsessed with speed. So I'm going to show you. We're going to start again. We're going to generate the 4 steps, and you know what? Let's compare them. So I'm going to rename the output so we'll be able to compare. So let's clear this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the output here, I'm going to call this one, what name should I give this one? Oh, you know what? I should say 2. Yes, I'll call this one 2. There we go. Oh, what happened there? It says, what the? Oh, I think I changed the wrong one. Yikes. Oops, I ran the wrong one. Yikes, sorry about that. I ran the wrong model. So I'm going to change this output to number 2, so that way we can compare. we can compare. So this one was the one generated without any optimizations, except obviously running GGF models. Well, since I'm running GGF models, so I'm going to compare this one to the one which I said I have the VA tiling cache, and I took away that flash diffusion because the GPU, my GPU doesn't support it. If your GPU supports it, yeah, you get some performance hits as well. Okay, so let's see what this guy is doing, and then we'll compare the speed. I can't remember what speed. I see I'm using easy cache here, and the 4 steps. I think this is a little bit faster. And yeah, so this is number 1. We're waiting for number 2, then we'll compare it. Now it's doing the tiling part. And it's done. So we're gonna compare to see if there's any problems. Normally ooh, that actually came out, looks a little bit better still. I think that's actually even better. What do you guys think? Very similar. It was just a lovely cut. There was nothing special there at all. I was thinking about this. I wish there was an application that allowed me to. I wish there was an application allowed me to put like a collage when I'm generating this, so we can do a comparison. So the next one I'm going to compare is I'm going to also compare the steps. Guess this should be number 2. So we're going to do 20 steps and see how that looks like. This is all quantized models as well, so you should be able to run this in a probably 8 gig GPU. It might be a little bit tight. 12 definitely, 16 absolutely, and obviously anything bigger than that. And obviously if you have RAM, because it's spillover, you can also offload to RAM as well. So you can see how fast it is when you're using cache, because it's using obviously the same models, so it's much faster. I should actually show, let me actually show you my system monitor so you can pay attention, so you can see what's going on here. This will give you an idea of how much RAM it's being used. I'm surprised there's actually some swap. I think this was when I was testing. I was testing this earlier today, especially the when I downloaded the binary version because I was having some issues. Yeah, so you can see. Now this 10 gigs of RAM. This is not quite accurate because most of this is probably from OBS. I have a bunch of web browsers open. I also have that Social Stream Ninja, I think it's called. Yeah, Social Stream Ninja. That's the one allows, if you guys post any chats, it will show up around here. This guy done. What is it? 17 steps. Alright, so I think I'll put this. Oops, what did I do there? I can see the CPU usage as well, so I'm going to put this here. I'm going to take a look at it. Oh, it looks like I can't make it any smaller. That's perfectly fine. So this is number 2. This is the one that's 20 steps. I don't see a difference between the 20 steps, this one and the previous one. So there's no artifacts. That's what I'm trying to say. When I'm using cache and everything, obviously I expect this to be faster. Yeah, I don't see any difference. Maybe somebody can tell me if they see. I don't see any difference. Okay. How long did this one take? It took 80 seconds. Alright, so let's do this one, the sine one here. Okay, so that one I'm gonna change that to 2 so we can do a comparison. It's the same prompt as before. Basically a cat, a ginger cat, holding a sign that says not the image turbo, and in the single quote. It's a little bit smaller just to prepare. I'll do the same for you. Obviously, the more you run this, especially with the cache, it will be faster. So if the next time I run it, it will be much faster. But I'm running different prompts, and the settings are actually the same. So it's 20 steps. So this one should be a little bit fast. I didn't check how long that one took. Sorry. Oh, I'm not even paying attention to the CPU temperature. Hopefully they're fine. Let's see what's the CPU temperature. Oh, 71, so that's fine. And it's pretty quick, so that should be perfectly fine. But if I increase this to 45, especially 55, yeah, they'll get a little bit speed performance as well. So what I'm saying is when things are cached like this, especially if you're using MI open, it will skip some of the steps and it will be much faster. So you can see how much memory here. So I think it doesn't use that much because everything I think is done on the GPU. So this one was 76.77 seconds. Let's see which one is the one holding the sine 2 number 2. Okay, so it says no image turbo. There's no artifacts, anything using tiling. So tiling is a legitimate. I also used it when I was joining video 2.1 at 1.3b. I wanted to be faster. Tiling works extremely well. All right, so you can see, yeah. All right, so the next one is basically the prompt is going to be I'm going to use the cache and all those little tricks I showed you guys. So the next prompt is obviously changing the Note Z image turbo to Flux.2 Klein 4B. So let's do that. Oops, I should actually do that to number 2. If I remember, it was like 86 seconds before. Oh, this is wrong. So it's supposed to be number 2 there. The initial, that should be 2, and that should be 2. Yeah, there we go. Let me clear this and I'll explain what I did. So we're using change image number 2, this one here, change sign. So that's the output, it's going to be number 2, and the change sign is number 2. So that's the one we just recently generated. So that's what we're going to run it. And while that's running, I'm going to increase this temporarily to 55 because I want this to go faster. And you guys can see what's going on here. The memory. Did you see how quick that was? As I said, you see that's the thing when you increase this, it will be much faster. I don't know if you guys can see this because this guy is a little bit too big. See the steps here? It's 20 steps. It should skip some of these steps. And you see that? It jumped from 7 to 10, right? You saw that? It jumped from 7 to 10. So as I said, that's the thing about using cache. And it should skip, yeah, see that? It jumped from 10 to 14 because it's skipping some of those steps. And you can see the seconds per iteration also dropped as well. So that's a good thing about using cache and some of these optimizations as well. And the more I run this, it will also skip more and more. And it'll be much faster. Alright, so as you can tell, it probably uses about a gig. So that's what I'm saying, like, do not max out your memory and your VRAM. Leave a little bit of wiggle room because you want to do some other stuff. And you see it finished. And this one, it says it took 104 seconds. So there's a little bit of penalty when you do the tiling, but let's go and check out the results. So this is done. I'm gonna put that back to normal. So let's compare the change sign 2. Here goes change sign 2, and as you can see, there is no difference between that one and this guy here, right? So there's literally there's no difference at all. So before we do that, so this was the image that is, okay, I don't need to do that. So oops, what am I doing? Okay, there we go, make this bigger. So you can see this was the original one, and this is 2 with the VAE tiling. So tiling, obviously, as I said, there's a little penalty, but you get very good results. So this is great, especially if you have low resources and you want to speed up, especially some processes. Okay, so I don't know what happened, because I ran for when I generated this one right now. I didn't do anything at all. I didn't like download anything, because I recompiled it. But yeah, so those are welcome bugs. You have to put up with them sometimes. Surprisingly, it works pretty fine in something like Comfy UI, so you don't get so many bugs like this. But I said stable-diffusion, I do have a lot of faith in this project for the future, and I expect it to keep on improving, and hopefully it will be able to replace something like Comfy UI, so you don't have to get all those massive Python packages. All right, so let's finish this guy up. Get you out of here. All right, so let's finish you up. All right, so that's yeah, so this was just yeah, so this was actually more involved than I expected to be, but I'm glad it's finally finished it. All right, so let's finish this up. If you already take your skills further, I have books on Amazon. You can search for Adorojambo, or you can click on the link. The link is also in the description. I also have courses at adorojamboshop.com. The link is also in the description. And then I also offer services such as one-on-one tutorials at adorojambo.com/contact, or if you want consultations, you can contact me at adorojamboservices.com/contact. I also have some recommended resources. I have, if you're into psychological thrillers, I have this novelette. It's called The Algorithmic Serpent. It's about an AI scientist who creates an AI system and loses his mind, so he has to regain control of his mind and the AI system. See, that's me there, Adorojambo, the author. And this is the back. This is the paperback version. There's also an ebook version. I'll explain the ebook versions in a while. Pick it up if you have a means. This particular one is mostly at cost. Obviously, the cost for the paperback is printing and shipping, and for the ebook versions for storage. And then my latest greatest one is this one here. It's the Recession Business Blueprint. This is a guide to help you start a business during a recession. It's a full book. It has, I can't remember quite off the top of my head, but I think it has at least 140 pages. That's not. That's after taking away the like the appendix or the table of contents. So yeah, there are a lot of tables in it. For example, if you need budgeting, maybe you need help, maybe you need some skills to go back. So like when I started my business, I actually went back to school to learn like marketing. I already knew how to do accounting, but I just need some marketing knowledge. So that's why I went back to school. So I'm saying that if you need those skills, you can also decide based on what you're comfortable doing. Okay, so what did I say? Budgeting. Oh yeah, researching. Like if it's going to be a good based business, where to find your suppliers, how to talk to your suppliers. Maybe you just need mentorship. How to contact people you want to be your mentors. Maybe I could be your mentor. How to compose or call them in person or meet them in a place. All of that is in the Recession Business Blueprint, and funds as well. Or maybe where to start your business. I ran my business. I was living in Toronto at the time, so I ran it right out of the condo. People told me, "Oh no, you need to go and rent." Money I didn't have at that time to go and you go and rent in downtown Toronto, which is ridiculously expensive even back then. So no, you can start your business. We know who inspired me to start my business. When I went back to school, I did this placement with this commercial realtor, and he was running his business from a hotel. Anyways, it's actually an interesting story. I should tell you guys someday. Anyways, the point is, I was thinking, I'm already downtown. Why would I go rent even a hotel? I'm like, I can just run out of the corner, and that's what I did. And even now, I mean, I run it out of this cottage here, and I've actually had one customer. She came to see me. So what I'm saying, she's an older client I had from when I started the business. The point I'm trying to say is that you can run your business from anywhere. All you need is really just a laptop, if it's going to be like a service-based business. But I'm saying if it's a good based business with like opening a store and stuff, all that information will be in the Recession Business Blueprint. Pick it up if you have the means, and let me know. I'll be here if you have any questions, concerns. I'll show you how you can contact me. So if you don't know more about me, I'm a freelance programmer. I'm also an author now, and soon, sometime I guess in 2026, I'll be an influencer. You can explore my books on Amazon, my bookshop page, and if you need support, you can contact me, I said, for the consultation service at jamboservices.com. And if you're ready to learn, you can go to jambo.com for the online courses. And then this comment section is free. So not free. It's available for 14 days after the article goes live. So the topics you can talk about, for example, today's topics: AI, stable-diffusion, Flux.2 Klein. Whether you like AI or not, all those are perfectly legitimate to put in the comment section. Of course, you can also put the comments in the live chats as well. That's perfectly fine. Or the comments in the below on the live streams. That's perfectly fine as well. All right, and then but the best way to contact me is to use the contact forms, or jambo.com/contact, or jamboservices.com/contact, and or jamboshop.com/contact. And then these are all the channels that I live stream to right now: Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, YouTube, Kick, Twitch. All right, and with that said, I'd like to remind you that you should subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because the more people who subscribe, the more the algorithm sends it out to more viewers. Those viewers can join this growing community, post tips and tricks, or they can post requests, which I'll review and I'll share with everyone. Now, speaking of that, just to prove to you that how important the community is, when I started with the AI, my skill level was very limited. So when I did one of my first night stream, I think it was actually my first night stream, one of my viewers got on there and just really opened my I guess I don't want to say opened my eyes, but really put so much information, like really overwhelmed me with information. So that was very nice, because I didn't understand anything back then. I understand it now. Not because I've done research, just simply because the first thing I did was to know the limitations of my GPU, right? So that's what I was saying. Like when people say, "Oh, just do this, do that," it might not work for my GPU, especially since my GPU is older, right? So just be aware of that. Not everything will work. Now, if I was to go buy a GPU today, practically whatever everybody says is, I'm talking about consumer grade GPU, that would probably work, because it's the in thing. But I'm saying is that my GPU is older. It was a crypto GPU, right? It was used in the crypto mining. So obviously they didn't care about like FP8, FP4. Those things are relatively new, even on server grade GPUs today. Okay, so yeah, I'd like to thank everybody subscribed so far. This is the end of the month. I'd like to thank everybody subscribed. Keep it up, and thanks very, very much, and Happy New Year if I never said that before. All right, so I'm gonna scroll back up here and let you know that forgot to put the outro. If you want to see what's upcoming, that's one thing I forgot. I keep on forgetting. I should make this a fixed menu, so you can see what's upcoming. We have this one at a game server, and then we have this one building 2D games in Little Engine, and then we have a vMix, which is a video mixer. So for this one, I needed this one because I was trying to find alternatives to OBS, and also to see if I could speed up my because I use Blender for video editing. I was trying to speed it up, so that's led me to search things, and I found vMix. So we will use vMix. It's pretty interesting. So you can actually do effects, like for example doing a live stream, you can actually do effects as well. I'll show you that later. And then after that, speaking of Blender, we're gonna create a galaxy, generate a galaxy procedurally using Blender and Python API, and then export it and display it on the web using 3JS. and then I'll have some other articles. I think I'll start writing again tomorrow, so this will be all filled in as well. Okay, is there anything else? I think that's it. And I said I also revamped the website, as you can see. Before, I think it was like a gray and green only. So I did revamp it to yeah, because it was a little bit, I don't want to say dated, but the basic theme has been around since 2009. So yeah, so it was a little refresh. Let's say a fresh paint of fresh paint of paint, just to, yeah. So yeah, that's it. And so as you can see, the layout is still the same. I do like the way it looks, because it's, yeah. So when I first built it, I didn't build it for mobile devices. I just slapped I just made it fit mobile stuff. It was never mobile first. Even now, it's not really mobile first, but it's way better for mobile as well, especially somebody like me who wears glasses, and I I want to see it properly. So I for the first time, I even paid attention to the font. So there we go. I think that is it. Oh yeah, completely forgot about this one too. Yeah, so there's a donate button here if you want to help out, and then there was also a search here, so you can search for anything. So some of you guys ask me about if you just go in here in the search and just type, for example, AMD, you see there's a whole bunch of results here. Oh, this is probably something I need to resolve as well. Yes, I said a few bugs here, so you can grab there, and you see there's a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, you know what the funniest thing is? You won't believe who has become like the pretty much the authoritative figure on AMD GPUs, especially with AI. If you actually search something, iOS come up, which is hilarious. Some of my viewers tell me that when they go to the Gemini, they're sent to my video. So okay, I'm glad for that. But you know, the annoying thing like that is when I'm searching for something, my content comes up, and I mean, I would like to thank all of you, because you guys have helped me do that. But the funny thing is, when I'm trying to find something, like for example today, if I'm trying to find out what went wrong with stable-diffusion, my content comes up. So it's like I have to figure out stuff myself, which is when I'm trying to figure out issues, and then my content comes up. So I guess it must be working. So I'm glad I'm helping. All right. With that said, I think, I forgot about the chat. I apologize for that. So let me quickly go through all the chats. I didn't see something there. I was looking. Man, forgot to start this one. Hopefully it was sending. Oh my goodness, I've also forgot. Yikes. Oh.
Welcome back to Winter Life with Sleep Country.
Oh my goodness. I hope this stuff was sending. Okay. Looks like I started the chat before. I might have not been live streaming on BitChute, Odyssey, and Rumble. Hopefully hopefully people were able to view it. Now, when I was wondering why the chat was so empty. Okay, Kick seems to be fine. How's Twitch doing? Twitch also seems to be fine, and YouTube also looks pretty fine. Okay, so with that, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Bye now.